Hello everyone, it's Sean. I'm here today to experiment with my iridescent paints on the Star Destroyer here. Now you can see that the Star Destroyer's pearlescent was very lightly brushed in place, brushed onto the ship so that it wouldn't leave brush strokes. You can barely see them, and that's the whole point here. So you just get a little bit of paint from the lid of the gold, and then you go over any panel that was pearlescent orange with the iridescent orange to see what it looks like with the new color in place. And yes, as the color fades, of course, off the brush, it does become more like a dry brushing. Now, I made up my own pattern because, quite frankly, I didn't have a guide to follow. And you can see some of the iridescent gold right here versus the pearlescent, which is beside it. So now what I'm going to do is go after the pearlescent blue with the iridescent blue, do the same thing. Now the blue is a lot harder, I found, to see when it's in the pearlescent shade. So basically you could just go right beside the orange with the blue, like right in the center up here. Because I can't really tell where it is, so I'm just going to make sure it's right beside it. Kind of like that. On either side of it, yes. Alternating. But try not to have two blue beside each other. So if you're going to have a blue here, you want this to be the blue. Kind of like that. Okay, good. There you go. All right, all right. Now, as far as where I put the red and green, okay, so the blue is in between. It's hard to see, of course. See, that looks normal. And then you see the iridescent blue, see? Especially in those two sections there. Okay, good. So now you put on the red and green, and we're going to go from there. So let's move the blue out of the way. Let's get the red. Remember, you don't want to have it beside anything that's already the same color. So, and you use just the tiniest bit on the tip of the brush. That's already, so if that's blue, then this is going to have to be the red, but you don't want the red up here. But you can have the red in here. Yes, you can. Now, if that's blue, let's take one of these greenish metals and make it the red. There you go. And you can also go on the other side of the, you can make that red as well. There you go. Okay, so that's a few select pieces in red. Looks like you might actually have to turn to the violet after all, which I don't mind after all. I mean, this is a completely made up pattern. There's been no Star Destroyer that has had iridescent or even pearlescent paneling yet. This is the experiment with how it will go. Just the tiniest bit. Okay, so if that was green, then make this one violet, right there. Good. Okay. That was red. You're going to leave that green. Yeah, just the one section violet for now. Don't want to mess anything up. But it's a good thing that I have 5 golden iridescent colors. And of course I have other bottles filled with iridescent paints, probably the Tri-Art that I squeezed out of their little tubes. So you don't have to worry about running out of anything. Okay, so green in here. Yep, Try not to have it too thick, of course. Let's see here. Well, you could have green there. That's technically not touching anything. There we go. Green here. Yep. There you go. And green along that side there. See, as the paint fades from the brush, the color becomes more subtle, which is what you want. You don't want to see the brush strokes. Okay, good. Good, good, good. Excellent. So let's see if we can zoom in on the color and see if we got it. All right, there you go. So there it is normal. You can barely see anything. There it is with the 5 iridescent colors in place. So that is how you do it, and I will just go over gradually the entire hull. And any of these that are painted plain metal, because you know where the blue is, you know where the gold already is. So that's the tip for blue and gold, and then you just alternate the green and the red and the violet from that point forward. And that'll help cover up anything that went wretched. So I'm very pleased with that. There should be a few green pearl pieces that you can use to put the green on, and you'll just gradually go over the entire hull and spread everything around until the entire hull is done. And then I might as also do the bottom of the ship at the same time. So that's how you start iridescent painting bare panels. And